Hello there, this is Cookies, and I have turn 45 of EA Abysia, which I'm playing as part of this Three's Disciples with Arpatheus and the False God. Alright, so we had a number of fights this turn. We'll dive into those pretty soon. We did cast some spells this turn, though. So, Send Lesser Horror, which is here, Infernal Breeding, and we empowered an air, and that's we have some fun plans for that. So I'll cover that in upcoming turns. In terms of the battles here, oh my goodness, I'm just mind blanking. All right, so let's jump into the Send Lesser Horror, and then we'll jump into the Assassination, and then the actual battles. So we've got a number of Soul Torn. We've got a decent roll on those. Kill the werewolves, which is great. And the commander runs. Okay. So that takes care of that little Alcara event group because it came from the global that they cast. And next up we have right here. So we've got a mummified prince fighting off one of our assassins, Batman. So he's 7 HP. See if I can try talking today. And he actually manages to trample, but we did land some poison damage on him. So we somehow managed to hit him with 6 points of poison damage. This roll seems kind of weird to me. I'm still learning a lot of the ins and outs of Dominion's 5, even as Dominion 6 rapidly rolls up on us. But it looks like we start with a -10, and then we get a +20 to it. And then the Mummified Prince didn't get his poison resistance, which is interesting. So we actually managed to poison him, even though he has 25 poison resist. So he's just going to die. Alright. So maybe that was some sort of critical hit, something like that, but I don't know. So, anyways, both of them die here. And we're going to move on to the actual battle. So we start off with Sodara. And a lot of these are probably just going to be killing PD. So we have this She-Lord Thug. But I did get a request on another video to show a few more of the battles. So, at least for this turn, I'll try and show a few more. Just to kind of, I don't know, provide a little additional entertainment. Oh, it's on cast. No, it's not. Interesting. Kills the commander. Kills the slingers. So this guy's size 3. I think the chariot, I think they're normally size 4. Maybe these guys... Yeah, so he could have trampled, but it looks like the She-Lord got to hit him first. 26 combat speed against 16, so maybe some sort of priority there. Alright, and in Mapito Cliffs, we have Albion attacking. So he's just kind of raiding it with a scout. Giant scouts can actually be okay at raiding, but... Oh, this one's pinging, though. Maybe just seeing if there's any significant sort of PD dump. I don't know. Maybe forgot to script attack. Then we have 2 fights between TNN and Satis. So first up is the Old Man Mountains, where we have a Great Hawk. I actually really like these commanders. So it's kind of sad that it's getting thrown away, because it's kind of hard to get flying commanders. It just flies in and dies immediately. I could barely even see it. So, and then we have Panicrator's Legacy, where we have a contingent of Falchineers and these Long Dead. And this guy's pretty cool. So he's got a built-in, I think this is a DE thing, where he gets a built-in Sword of Swiftness. It might be, I'm not sure. But it's ×3 versus larger, which is pretty neat. And 12 attack, so he's got pretty good attack, really good out-of-the-box defense skill, has rainbow armor built in, which is pretty nice for not necessarily encumbrance, but for protection. And then he also has an enchanted helmet and enchanted shield, which I think are also DE additions, but I could be wrong. He's got a pretty cool backstory, fun hero, pretty good general too. So, oh, we didn't actually watch the fight. I'm just looking at Satis. All right. And then we've got our Scepter of the Cleansing Flame She-Lord again. This one has Troll Blood. Ooh. Was this regen? Yeah, so 10% regen. That's neat. Cool. Alright, it looks like we've got one PD. So the PD is not going to last long. That guy actually did a hit, though. Commander didn't. Alright. Is this guy set to attack? He's got decent fatigue, but he's going to get a... These Falchineers are kind of like the Elite Warriors in that they have dual attacks. What they trade off is, I believe, attack skill and a little bit of damage in exchange for better protection. It is a little offset because we're fighting at night due to the lunar potency global that Alkera cast. So a lot of their stats are a lot worse, but this guy's getting harassed down, so he's at a 13 harassment penalty. Does have flight, so if the morale check fails, it can escape, which is good. But it doesn't look like... Yeah, and that's where the morale armor can actually work against you. Okay. So it does manage to kill a little bit of stuff, but I would call this a win for Satis. This was kind of like a fairly sizable raiding group going up against just a thug that was... This kind of thug works for PD, or certain amounts of undead, but probably isn't super great at killing, like... It's not immune to normal troops, is what I'm trying to say. Next up, we have the Dead Marshes. So we have a little patrol group. We have some Hellbred Giants, one of the better roles you can get. Some Abyssian Infantry. And this Jade Sorceress off to the side casting Protection. So with the Protection buff, they actually jump up to 24 Protection, which is pretty nice. And over here we have one of those Alkera event crews, so they get a Moon Mage, a number of werewolves, and often some wolves. It's doing Mind Burn, which is pretty effective. These guys, they have okay MR, but it's not so high that they're not going to lose that roll a lot of the time. The werewolves on Bodyguard is nice because it helps the mage stay in it a little bit longer. There we go. So clean up that group. Next up, TNG moves on to Tirnanog, the capital. And this is a very large force. We have lots of infantry, trying to back up a large cavalry contingent. So we have chariots, followed up by horsemen, who do get a lance. Oh, a heavy lance? Nice. Can only be used once in each battle. Okay. And they're actually going up against a fairly sizable PD dump from TNN. But it's an undefended PD dump. This may or may not have been a good one to try and involve the Dolmens in. And maybe if he had some chaff to help with that, because he might have won the battle, but if he lost the Dolmens, then he wouldn't have all the unrest issues in his capital. I don't know. It's kind of tricky because you also still want the dolmens. And in Miratrand, we have Alcara and Macone going at it. So this is an Alcara raiding party. You have two great Dreamwalkers, who are the Astral 2 Holy 2s. Alright, and then, so it's kind of like a combined two parties into one, just killing one PD. Alright. And then we've got TNG and TNN. Or, no, we just did Miratrand. We attack Haloma, meet no resistance, and then TNN attacks Sitis and Pergamy. So pretty sizable force here. We have Tuatha mixed in with AOC. Aoshi, I don't know. No idea how they're pronounced. We have Ether Warriors. We have Voltan here with the Sword of Justice for the priest level so that he can do Divine Blessing. We have a GSS Thug. And we've got a Moonblade Thug. Oh, and this one's who is also Holy 3. Alright. So, putting them both into one army. Does give him the flexibility to split this force, which is kind of nice, but he had already assassinated all the leadership here, so the living units ran away and the undead just kind of popped. In Valador, let's see, we've got Nimrod leading a small crew to attack one PD. And this is the kind of degeneracy that you can get with the raiding game, where somebody uses one PD a lot, so you cater your raiding group to being able to kill one PD. Alright. And then in Redbud Grove, we have another small raid, I think. Chaco attacking Zion. So let's take a look at this. I know literally nothing about Chaco, but we've got a Holy One Priest. We have two of these ogres. They get invulnerability, which is cool. 50 HP, high MR, decent attack skill. They remind me a lot of the Demons of the Heavenly Rivers. Magic Being Tag, Spirit Sight. Yeah, pretty cool. And then we've got a Primordial Bear. A Commander version. Okay. Tier 5, regen 20% without even being blessed. Alright. Has recuperation. A crazy amount of hit points. So this guy's going to be getting like 30-something regen a turn. 99 morale. It's already Berserk. Has crazy attack skill from Berserk 7. So 21 attack, very high damage, 41 damage bite, 39 damage claw. The stone bird can even chip in, do a little bit of repelling. And then we have a Fear 5 effect to top it all off. Did we get a blessing? Did he miss the bless? Oh, he hit the bear. Okay. So the bless is attack skill, chakras, fire res, regen, reinvigoration 2, and defense skill. So now it's a 30 regen bear. So now it should be in the 40s for hit points per turn, which against this crew, which features a Fire 5 Queen of Saba. Let's see, the Prophet King learned the kingdom, sent for the Queen. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so Fire 5, Holy 1 has Rainbow Armor to help with fatigue and MR, but she already had pretty decent MR and gave her some Fire Gems. And we've also got a Jade back here who's unscripted. And then we have a number of these Amazon guards. Does this mean she comes with little bodyguards? Oh yeah, she gets 3 heavy infantry. Heavy infantry used in a kind of loose sense. I don't really consider 12 protection heavy, but alright. Maybe heavy infantry for like a desert environment, because you wouldn't want to wear as much armor in a desert environment because it would get too hot. But these guys are units. They're going to be hard to deal with. Some of these troops did run past, though. We've got 3 fire elementals. Still 1 more fire gem. Webbing his own troops, which is just unfortunate aim. They kill the priest. And, ooh, the bear has 5 fire resist, too. So these things do hit for 23, but this bear also hits like a truck. The stone bird helps a lot too, because it provides a magic attack. So, for instance, one of these fire elementals. Oh, do we not get to see what killed it? Oh, because it's still up. I feel like it's just going to be Stone Bird repeatedly. Ethereal negated. Oh, killed it with a bite. Alright, but yeah. Stone Bird's going to do a bunch of damage. You can see it up here. Alright, Hero's getting a little close for comfort. We'll see what she can do, though. They did manage to kill one of the demons. The other one's routed. I'm down to 8 HP. Does have 10% regen, though. Oh, they do manage to kill it. So now we're up to the bear. And this is another source of regen on it. I mean, Incinerate's a great spell, but it's not, even that's not going to outdo 44 regen. These webcasts are the worst. Last fire elemental should go down now. This bear just doesn't care. Alright. And these webcasts, again, are the literal worst. Alright. Fortunately, this mage decides to get out of dodge. At least for Zion. And the Jade Sorceress leaves as well. Alright. So Chaco takes this one, loses the priest, and 2 of the ogres. Does kill the PD, though, and takes over a Jade Amazon province, which is right here. Never got forted, I guess. Maybe it was just a lab. And then we've also got a few events. Some unrest. We got a ton of gold in a Cymbeline. We got a magic ore site, and we got 8 earth gems. All great. This being here in a contested zone is a little bit worse. This would love to get that iron mine under my capital. But we'll take what we can get. Additionally, I guess we should show this too. We had an independent attack in the Brightwoods We've got a troll shaman with some gems. And a patrolling group from, including the Pretender from TNN. So these guys are pretty cool. These Thistle Spear Spirits. Whew, hard to say. And we've also got Bramble Wild Spirits. I think these come from a 50 Nature Gem summon thing that also gives you this guy. So the Gorse Chief Spirit. So he's pretty cool. Moss Body, Death Power. But also, notably, one of the best sources of magic leadership that TNN can get. So it's got a Shadow Seer here. And a Circle Master. So they're doing a pretty good job killing all these spiders. What did you cast? Sleep Clouds, Raise Skeletons. Alright. There's even a Magma Kid here helping out. Alright. So TNN wins that pretty easily. Loses one Magma Kid. And let's see, it looks like we discovered a patrolling group of Alcaran stuff. Oh, we found a scout. So in a roundabout way, he gets to scout out our army. Oh, the scout was not set to retreat, though. So at least we get to kill this one. Alright, and I think this was a border province, too, so that would have been possible. Yeah, so probably could have survived if set to retreat. Alright, so what are we doing this turn? This turn, we're gonna continue trying to meet up. So this guy's got a couple of these guys, and this crew is coming back with the troops they've managed to pick up. They're going to run back to the Brightwoods and see if we can extricate them. And we've got a huge TNG force on TNN's cap. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see if they try to storm, but I'm not yet in a position where I can react. I've got this crew over here, which is moving north, and I'm going to go ahead and roll this crew into the throne. This is to give a little bit wider front with Alcara, so we can be a little less predictable. It's super predictable when your only move is to move up here, and then you can be a little bit more unpredictable, but going through here is also super predictable. So if we can move around using this throne, that'll help. And I think that's a lot of it. So last turn, or no, this turn we did cast, we empowered an air, and so I guess for some reason I was going to reveal that next turn, but no, it's this turn. We're going to go ahead and throw up Tower of Heavens. We're also making a Brazen Vessel, summoning some Spectral Infantry, and getting a Bloodthorn. So a little bit less about the Patrol Chaff this turn, and more about getting some boosters. Additionally, we're recruiting. We're getting a Warlock, a few guys. Our Sacred production is really cut down because of the Unrest. But also, Lunar Potency has just really been constraining us on the gold front too. So I didn't have the money the last couple of turns to recruit out of here, so I just started blood hunting. But now I guess we can go ahead and get back to business. I don't know, probably patrol down this unrest and get back to recruiting burning ones. Oh, and it looks like Lunar Potency is down too. So I didn't get a notification about it, but it did get dispelled this turn, which is great. So our income should start recovering. We'll throw up Tower of Heavens. Tower of Heavens is a really good spell for Abysia. It gives you gold, which you can never seem to get enough of because your mages and your sacreds are so expensive. It also gives you some temple checks, which are nice. You don't have to blood sack for those. And then it also gives you unrest reduction, which is super great for blood hunting as well. So it'll allow us to blood hunt more aggressively. And yeah, I think that's it. But I am going to start rotating north, like kind of like northwest. I'm concerned about this big TNG force. I was kind of expecting TNN to defend the cap here and kill that force, because there's not a lot else running around over here. So I was really hoping to be able to like put Helheim's fort under siege here. But I think we're going to need to rotate north and west. And I think that's it. So I'll go ahead and see you in turn 46. Have a good one.